as we're looking in the standings, leader Snowballs is now having a massive 13-point lead. That's over a 4th place away. That is a huge lead. 13 points over Oceanics and a silver medal away from the Rangers. No other team can chase the Snowballs other than the top 3 in this one event. 125 points still left to offer. Thunderbolts continues to have a slump, but does get 9 points last event. Let's see what they can do in this one. Let's see what will happen. We are here at the sprint event. The sprint is just as fast as you can go. It's more of a dash than a sprint, but you want to go as fast as possible. Marbles are in the blocks. Chocolatiers, Snowballs in the middle too. Balls of Chaos and Thunderbolts on the outer side. We are rolling. Snowballs, Chocolatiers, Snowballs struggling. Thunderbolts stretches it out. Snowballs comes back, and Snowballs moves on. Chocolatiers and Thunderbolts comes in second and third. Snowballs takes the win. Comes from behind victory to chase down and make their lead completely complete. That was insane. Snowballs is moving on to the finals, to the semifinals. Thunderbolts and Balls of Chaos will run to the time, which timing and scoring we'll be looking at the end. So if you want to look at their times, all the times, including the fastest times, you go straight to the end of the video. But obviously that will spoil the results, so first you should watch this. But let's see, round 1, group 2 is about to begin. As Heat 2 is revving up their engines, which there's no engines, it's more of a revving up their race in speed. We are rolling. Heat 2 is on. It's really close. Rojo Rollers falling behind. Oceanics falls. Rojo Rollers comes back. And Team Momo wins. Rojo Rollers, Team Galactic. Rojo Rollers moves on. And Oceanics gets a 4th place. That is a yikes. Team Galactic moves on to take 3rd in their heat. Heat 3 is next on the blocks, which will be the O-Rangers, Team Primary, Cobalts, and Limers. Let's see who will win the next heat. We are here for Group 3 of the event. Team Primary, Cobalts, O-Rangers, and Limers. We are out in the blocks, and we're rolling. Team Primary stretches the lead really early. Limers coming in, though, but loses out on the straightaway, but will win. Team Primary, Limers, Cobalts, and O-Rangers. O-Rangers gets 4th. Team Primary is moving on to the next round. They're one of the best in sprint events. But we have one more group to go. But this is already looking bad for any teams that want to chase the Snowballs. Oceanics and O-Rangers, the teams that could chase them and have the best chance to chase them, all got dead last in their heats. That is a yikes for them. Oceanics, not happy. O-Rangers, also not happy. As we only have 1 heat to go. Mellow Yellow, Pinkies, Jawbreakers, and the Savage Speeders. The only team that can really, in theory, come back from this is the Pinkies, which could take 2nd place from the standings once again, due to this thing. Savage Speeders also needing a good result here, as they are almost out of the championship. Thunderbolts are definitely out of the championship at this point. So let's see who will win the final heat. The Marbles are revving up their engines for the final group of heat of round 1. Savage Speeders, Mellow Yellow, Pinkies, and Jawbreakers. And we're off. Savage Speeders trying to gain a lot of speed, and so far they are in the lead, but loses out. Mellow Yellow trying to go for it. Jawbreakers easily wins, and Mellow Yellow I think takes 3rd over the Pinkies, but it's not sure. Jawbreakers easily wins that group. Savage Speeders takes 2nd, and that means that all of the teams who are in the top 4 in the standings are out except for the leader, the Snowballs. That means that the Snowballs has a really good chance of winning this. Snowballs is going to be in the first run of Group 2 with the Rojo Rollers, Team Primary, and the Savage Speeders. Team Savage Speeders have no break as they're going into the second heats. Semifinals Group A is rolling. The marbles are revving up for Heat 1 of the semifinals. Team Primary versus Savage Speeders versus Rojo Rollers versus Snowballs. Snowballs is revving their engines. Team Primary also revving their engines. Let's see what they can do. In 3, 2, 1. The marbles are rolling. Savage Speeders falling behind Snowballs there. Savage Speeders jumps up to second, but loses out. Rojo Rollers there. Team Primary cruises to win. Rojo Rollers, then Snowballs. Snowballs. That was a intense heat. So, that was very intense. As now we have the Chocolatiers. Chocolatiers, Team Momo, Limers, and the Jawbreakers are up next. Let's see what they can do going into the final. Let's see. Group 2 is here. Limers ready to rev up their engines. And the marbles are revving up for the final time in the semifinals. We are rolling. Limers takes the lead. Momo in second. Jawbreakers shoots ahead, and Jawbreakers beats the Limers. Team Momo and the Chocolatiers takes third and fourth. The Chocolatiers. Jawbreakers passes the Limers, but we're going into the finals. Team Primary, one of the best at sprint events. The Rojo Rollers, the Jawbreakers, and the Limers. All 4 of those teams are looking for a win, and let's see what they can do. With one event to go, and one final to go, let's see who will claim gold. Team Primary is the big, heavy favorite as they are one of the best in sprint events, however. With one more race in this season, let's see. Oh, not the season. One more race in the event. Let's see who will claim gold. Limers, Team Primary, Jawbreakers, or Rojo Rollers. We are rolling. Team Primary immediately stretches to the lead. Limers trying to chase down them, but is losing out. Team Primary wins. Limers, Jawbreakers, and Rojo Rollers. Wow. Jawbreakers beat the Limers, but not in the finals, and that claims them bronze. But nice win from Team Primary to the second double gold medalist. But let's see what that does in the standings. With the season on its final legs and the standings looking like this. Let's see what is happening. But first, before we look at the overall standings, let's look at the event standings. So this is the sprint event. Here it is. So here's all the times. Snowballs. This is the worst time out there. Was from the O-Rangers from Heat 1. That is very shocking. The O-Rangers exit out of Heat Group 4 with Group 3 with an 8.94. The best time was from Semifinals A from Team Primary with a 7.26. The biggest gap between First and last was Team Primary and the O Rangers, which was was so big. It's well over 1.6, nearly 1.6 seconds. It's 1.58 seconds. Absolutely insane. The finals wasn't even close either. Limers and Team Primary was still off by 7 points, over nearly 3/4 of a second, which is also very crazy. All, but of course, the finals, of course, only had teams that got sub 8.3s, which. But But if we look at the final results, Oceanics might had a dead last in their heats, but that 8.3 is enough to still be sixth place in 6 points, which is very shocking as well. Team Prime. Speaking of shocking, Thunderbolts did poorly again. Absolutely not a surprise though to most marbles. They were pretty bad. Snowballs, even with their second round slump, still messed up. But let's look at the overall standings now. Snowballs stays in the lead, but now grows its lead to a massive 116. I don't know why it says 117 up there. It was 105. And then I don't know why it says 116 to 98. That's an 18-point gap. That's a silver medal away. That's insane. Team Primary jumped up to third with that gold medal, and that's their second gold of the season. Oh, nice job work from Team Primary to jump back up, but their inconsistency still weighed them down in the long run. O Rangers dropped to fourth without getting a single point, as Pinkies dropped to fifth. Stays in fifth. Mellow Yellow in sixth, keeping its cool, followed by the Limers, who has climbed up the standings steadily from the long jump all the way up to the sprint event. Next up is Team Pursuit, so let's see what they can do there. Team Momo is in 8th place, while we have Chocolatiers in 9th. Balls of Chaos in 10th. Team Galactic in 11th. Jawbreakers in 12th. Savage Speeders staying in 13th, but has climbed a little bit. Rojo Rollers struggling in the season, as Cobalts and Thunderbolts stays at the bottom. Thunderbolts still technically has a chance of winning this, but they need to get 4 consecutive gold medals. And since they have no placements above 9th, and their best finish was 9th, and their second best finishes was 12th, I'm not feeling confidence in this team. Cobalts has gotten one of the worst records so far with their bad runs. Thunderbolts are like 10 times worse. It's so bad. But now we can see that medals isn't everything. Jawbreakers, even though with 2 medals, is stuck down in 12th due to their insane inconsistencies. And in 6 events, they've only gained 28 points compared to their 2 events that gotten the medals, 30 points. You need consistency or else you're screwed. Like, look at the Snowballs, for example. They have one of the most consistent results in the entire season. O Rangers as well, excluding the sprint event. The O Rangers also has a very consistent events. Mellow Yellow does not, but has made it up in their medal count with 55 points worth of medals, and still solid performances in sand rally and long jump does make up for them. Team Primary, though, an inconsistent team, but they have also made their way in medals. Three medals, 70 points. Rest of their events, 22 points. However, Snowballs has half of their races being medals, and the rest were top 5 except for the sand rally. Top 5 in every event except for one is insanely consistent, and the Snowballs is definitely showing them why, having an 18-point lead with 4 events to go. Let's see who will be champion, but let's see who will even exit out. No team is eliminated from the championship yet, but the title hunt is still ongoing. We'll see you next time at the Team Pursuit event. See you next. See you in the next events.